Hello, folks. This is Anthony. Here it is, a nice sunny day and spring-like day, but it's February. What I want to tell you about today is one of my favorite topics: is saving you people, Honda snowblower owners, money when it comes on working on their Honda snowblowers, especially with some parts and some easy tools that you can use. Let me tell you what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the parts on this HS 828 model I have, the older HS 8s, 828, 928, 624, 724, 1132, and 1332. Now, I can post a link at the end of this video on a video on how to order parts online or to look up parts numbers and stuff like that. And if you're looking online for parts on your Honda, let's say this is an 828, well, it is, and you're looking for parts and they're very, very expensive. A lot of the smaller parts are extremely expensive. If you watch my video on how to order parts online, there's several parts on the HSS models that will fit on your HS models. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, and I'll tell you the price differences, and you'll just be amazed, okay? Let's say you're working on your Honda. You want to change your, these are all worn out. Your handlebar grips are worn out. If you go to a Honda dealer and look for these, they're $15 a piece. You look online, $14 plus tax. So all you have to do is go check the HSS model equivalent. This is the same. This will fit. It's $1.90. There's no difference. I mean, actually, this one seems like it's sturdier. So you want to pay $2, $15, or $2? Okay, so that's one example. Another example is your chute here. You got your nylon washer. If you look it up on the HS model, I think this is like $4 just for this one nylon washer. Now, I got the nylon washer for the HSS model, and I think it's 23 cents. It's something, yeah, I think it's 23 cents. Okay? So $4 or 23 cents. Here's a skid shoe. Check the skid shoes on this 828. Can you see it? These skid shoes right here. These are $30 for the HS 828, the HS models. Here's the skid shoe for the HSS models. I got these last year. They were $10 a piece. I think they're $14 now. But they will still work. And what's nice about these are they're double-sided. You wear it down on the one side, then you can turn it around on the other side. So either $30 or 15. So when you're looking up parts, the smaller parts, especially on your HS models, go look online on Honda Power Equipment. Honda Power Equipment, or I usually use boats.net. There's parts tree. There's all kinds of parts sites that sell Honda parts. So look at the HS models and see what the price is, and then go over to the HSS models, the 724 or 928 or 1332, and see if there's an equivalent. And you'll save a lot of money. Here's your shear pins. Now, this shear pin is for the HS model. I think it's $1.75 now. It was like $1.29. This one is for the HSS model. It's slightly longer, but it doesn't make any difference. It's I think it's 32 cents online at the dealer. So ask the dealer about it. You know, you need shear pins. Make sure they give you the HSS model shears instead of the HS models. If you're ordering online, do the same thing. Um, Bearings. This is an impeller bearing. It's a 6004 2RS. Uh, it means that it's got rubber seals on both sides. It's a 6004. At Honda, it's $20 plus tax, 19 something plus tax. Now you can go to a bearing supply outfit online, or you can, if you have a place in town where they have bearings, these might be $8 or $9 or even less. I buy these in bulk, so I get a much better price than that even. But most of you people just have one Honda. You might have two Hondas, and you just need these little parts, and you go to Honda or online to a Honda shop, and you're gonna spend a small fortune on this stuff. Okay, so check to see if there's a HSS equivalent for your HS models. Now here's another thing right here. Here's a let me show you. This is a clip, the clip for your cable guide on a Honda. You get this from the dealer. It's like $4 plus tax. You know, which is just ridiculous. And what I got was this P clamp from the hardware store. I think it's like 50 cents. You know, and this will work as a cable guide. Okay. Now another thing that's gonna mess you up and cost is hardware. Your hardware costs. If you go on the Honda site and look for this bolt here, I mean, this is like $3 or $4 from Honda. Same with the washers. Like they're almost $2 each for these washers. Um, Here's a shear pin, which is a special shear pin, your impeller shear pin, and you can't get this at the hardware store. But this is an M6 locking nut. The Honda wants $4 for this. You can get it at the hardware store for, I don't know. I buy them in bulk. I buy 100 at a time, and they're only pennies, not pennies each. I can't remember how much I spent for 100, but they're a lot cheaper at the hardware store. So if you need hardware, you know, for your bucket, like you need these little guys down here. I think I think Honda charges $1.75 each. These bolts here for your bucket, they're almost $4 each from Honda. You can get them at the hardware store for a fraction of the cost. Same goes for any kind of hardware. These M8 nuts right here, they're like $3 from Honda. You know, you can get these for, I don't know, 35 cents each at the hardware store, Home Depot or one of the big hardware stores, Ace Hardware. So if you need hardware, you know, take off your an old piece of hardware and a bunch of your hardware and bring it down to the hardware store and save a ton of money on hardware. Um, you don't have to buy bulk. You might have to buy by the piece, but you're going to save a lot of money on the hardware. Now, when it comes to tools, it's amazing. Well, let me tell you one other thing. gas tank. Now this is not this is a Honda gas tank, brand new. I think it's $150. Now you can get one just like this on Amazon. Of course, it comes from China, but I think it's like $30. It's the same thing. I mean, it's a gas tank. You don't need to spend $150 on replacing your gas tank. You can get a white one on Amazon, you get a black one, or you can get a red one. They're a little bit more than the white ones. But, I buy those Chinese tanks all the time. I have no problems with them. And they're just like $30, $25 compared to, 150, $175 from Honda. Now, when it comes to critical parts, I highly recommend Honda, like belts, cables, stuff that's very carburetors. I always advocate for the OEM Honda parts because they're critical parts and you want them to work. You want them to fit right. You want them to work. You don't want to go cheap on critical parts because if you go cheap, you're going to end up being sorry. The cables are not going to work right. The belts are let's say you got a belt for your Arga belt. It's an SB35. You can go down to O'Reilly's Auto Parts store and get a 35-inch belt. It's not going to be the exact same size as a Honda belt. It might be off. I've had people bring over dry belts from O'Reilly's or Napa or whatever, and they said, well, this is a 29-inch. This is a dry belt for a Honda snowblower. It looks identical, but it's not. It might be slightly off on the size. It's usually a little bit shorter, a quarter inch, a little bit shorter than the Honda belt. And it's going to be tighter, or it's not going to fit right. It may work. I've used them before in emergencies, and they've worked. But when it comes to critical parts, you really, really want to use the Honda parts. But I'm just showing you how you can save a lot of money by using HSS parts compared to the HS parts online and at the dealer. Now, another way you can save a ton of money, non-critical tools. I got all these at the dollar store. You get a 3-piece wire brush set for $1. You got this brush here for $1. Um, electrical tape, 3-piece paint brushes. I throw them away. They're $1 for a 3-piece paintbrush set. These little screwdrivers, all this stuff. Zip ties, they're not the greatest, but they will work in certain applications. And a lot of time you really don't need a very, very expensive tool. Steel wool, you don't really need very, very expensive. So, these are like, I don't know what they are, like $10, $10 on Amazon, or Harbor Freight might have them on sale for, $5 or $6 for the 3-piece set. You think you're getting a great deal? These are $1. These 3-piece set. A lot of times you can use them. Like I'll use these paintbrushes. I'll just throw them away after I use them. But it's better than spending, $10 or $15 for a paintbrush. So go to the dollar store and try to find stuff that you can use, for your Honda snowblower. Here's a super glue, $1. But anyways, I'm hoping that this will save you money. That's my favorite thing to do here, is help you save money on your Honda snowblower. And if you think this video helped you, please like and subscribe. Ask questions on the Facebook group Honda Snowblower Enthusiasts, make comments on the videos. I try to get to every single question, believe it or not. I'm not that big yet, so I check everything online several times a day and I try to answer your questions. So thanks, folks, for watching, and we'll see you next time.